We were lying in the silence, counting cracks across the ceiling. You said nothing, but I felt it, something slipping from the feeling. Your hand barely even touched me, like you were already gone. And the space between our heartbeats started growing all at once. I tried to say your name, but it fell before it formed. And I knew right in that moment we were already done. The night stayed longer than us, wouldn't let the moment end. We were fading in the darkness, trying not to break again. Every second felt like goodbye, but we didn't make a sound. And the night just kept on holding what we couldn't hold down. Your breathing changed beside me like a rhythm I once knew. Now it feels like something distant, like it doesn't belong to you. I remember how you'd pull me closer just to feel my skin. Now there's miles between our fingers, even though you're here with me. I almost said don't leave, but the words felt way too late. And the silence in the room sealed our fate. The night stayed longer than us, wouldn't let the moment fade. We were breaking in the quiet, in the choices that we made. Every shadow felt like distance, every breath began to drown. And the night just kept on holding what we couldn't hold down. If I reached out, would you stay? Or would it just make it harder? I think I already know. The night stayed longer than us, like it knew we couldn't last. Holding on to every second while it slipped into the past. We were losing something sacred, but too tired to even fight. So we let go of each other in the middle of the night. You can go now, I'll stay here with the night. Did you just leave? I was somewhere in between, all the things I couldn't say. Half asleep, half still holding every word you threw away. There was light across the hallway, like you left it on for me. But the silence felt so heavy, like it knew you wouldn't be. I tried to call your name, but my voice just wouldn't move. And the air inside the moment felt like living without you. I heard the door close in my dreams, like an ending I couldn't see. Every echo through the hallway sounded just like you leaving me. Even though I never woke, I could feel it deep inside. Something slipped away forever while I slept through the goodbye. Footsteps in the distance, fading slower step by step, like a memory dissolving into something I can't keep. I reached out into the darkness, but there's nothing left to hold, just the outline of a moment turning quietly to cold. I wanted to believe it was only in my head, but the emptiness around me felt too real to just pretend. I heard the door close in my dreams, like a truth I couldn't face. Every silence in the room still remembers your embrace, even though I couldn't wake from the feeling of you gone. I knew something ended softly before the break of dawn. If I ran, would I catch you before the sound disappeared? Or was I always dreaming something that was never here? I heard the door close in my dreams, and it echoed into day. Now the quiet feels familiar in a cold and distant way. Even when my eyes are open and the world comes back to life, I still hear that door between us closing softly every night. You really left. You really left. The light falls slowly across the empty floor. Nothing moves anymore. The air remembers the sound of your name, but it's quieter now. The window opens to a fading sky. Even the wind is tired. Your shadow lingers somewhere in the room, but softer than before. This is where the silence stayed, where every word just slipped away. This is where your echo lives, where the silence refused to leave. Maybe quiet is all that remains. Maybe love never really explains. This is where the silence stayed, where every memory slowly fades. every breath I softly breathe belongs to where the silence refused to leave. Silence still here. You're not here, but everything still feels like you. There's a silence in the hallway that bends around my name, like the air remembers footsteps, even when you never came. Every corner holds a shadow that I don't recognize, but it moves the way you used to in the edges of my mind. I try to fill the empty space with something I can hold, but the quiet shifts around me into shapes I used to know. Your absence learned my shape, like it knows where I begin. Every echo fits perfectly in the places you've been. It settles in my breathing, it lingers in my frame. Now I'm living with the outline of a love that doesn't stay. The mirror feels unfamiliar, like it's showing someone else. Every piece of who I used to be is rearranged itself. Your voice exists in fragments, in the frequency I chase, but it dissolves the moment I get close enough to face. I reach into the silence, but it shifts beneath my hand, like the space you left behind me has already made its plan. Your absence learned my shape, every edge and every scar. It fits into my shadow like it's always been a part. It echoes through my heartbeat, it settles in my name. Now I'm made of all the spaces where you never stayed. If I change, will it leave? Or has it already become me? I don't know where I end and where you fade. Your absence learned my shape, and I don't know how to move without the quiet folding into everything I do. Even when I try to break it or escape the empty frame, I still carry every outline of the ghost you became. You're not here, but you fit everywhere. It hasn't left. open the window slowly, let the cool air touch my face. It smells a little like the morning when you used to take this place. Every gust around the corner, every whisper of the trees feels like a trace of you, still lingering in the breeze. I try to shake the memory, but it clings like mist at dawn. Every moment I let go, something in the air holds on. The air still carries you through the streets and through my room. Every shadow bends and sways like it remembers you too soon. In the quiet after rain, in the scent of something true, I can't escape it, I can't fight it. The air still carries you. I walk where we once wandered, underneath a cloudy sky. The world seems softer somehow, like it didn't want you to die. Every puddle holds a memory, every droplet feels your weight. Even though you're gone from sight, the air keeps you in place. I thought the wind would teach me how to finally breathe again, but every time it brushes past, it brings me back to then. The air still carries you through the alleys and the streets. Every leaf and every corner moves like it knows my grief. In the quiet after rain, in the scent of something true, even if I close my eyes, the air still carries you. I can't hold you, I can't touch, but I can feel you in the hush. The world breathes your memory, and I'm caught in it with me. The air still carries you through the morning, through the night. Every breeze that finds my window feels like holding you so tight. Even as the world moves on, even when the clouds are through, I'll always feel it around me. The air still carries you. It's still here. You're still here. The room smells like old paper, a faint trace of your scent lingers here. I trace the cracks on the wall, like lines in a story I used to know. The clock ticks off slow, dragging memories in its wake. try to hold them like smoke, but they slip through my fingers anyway. I slept beside the echo of your voice, faint and broken, a ghost I can't avoid. Warmth in the silence, cold in the night. I'm holding on to pieces that never feel right. The record scratches softly, a melody that feels like home. I pour another cup of tea, but it doesn't taste like you. Shadows stretch across the floor, dancing like they know our story. I wanted to tell you, but the words just faded before they reached me. I slept beside the echo of your voice, faint and broken, a ghost I can't avoid. Warmth in the silence, cold in the night. I'm holding on to pieces that never feel right. Sometimes I hear you in the final hiss, a whispered laugh, a forgotten kiss. Imperfect memories blur like rain. I keep you here in joy and pain. I slept beside the echo of your voice, faint and broken, a ghost I can't avoid. Warmth in the silence, cold in the night. I'm holding on to pieces that never feel right. The needle lifts the song in slow, and I'm still here where the echoes go. The room still holds your shadow on the wall beside the light. Your coffee cup is waiting like you're coming home tonight. I try to clear the silence, but it always answers back. Every step I'm taking finds the echo that you left. And I thought time would carry you away like the wind across the sky. But every morning breaks the same, 'cause nothing ever said goodbye. You just faded out of sight like a whisper in the midnight air. And every word we left behind still hangs between the lines, like a song we never got to share. So I'm standing in the quiet where your heartbeat used to lie. Nothing ended, nothing ever said goodbye. Your jacket on the doorway still remembers how you move. Every corner of this house still believes in you. And I try to stop the memories from falling through my hands, but love is just a story that the heart won't understand. And I swear I hear your voice sometimes, floating through the night, like you're somewhere just outside. 'Cause nothing ever said goodbye, you just faded out of sight, like a shadow when the daylight fades. And every promise left behind still echoes through my mind, like a melody that never changed. So I'm standing in the quiet where your heartbeat used to lie. Nothing ended, nothing ever said goodbye. Maybe love just disappears without a warning sign. Maybe hearts keep holding on long after goodbye. Maybe somewhere in the dark you're hearing this song too. Maybe silence is just love trying to reach you. 'Cause nothing ever said goodbye, you just vanished from the light, like a dream before the morning comes. And every tear I couldn't hide still falling through the time, like a story that's never done. So I'm singing to the silence where your heartbeat used to lie. Nothing ended, nothing ever said goodbye. Nothing said goodbye. Stay, stay. The lamp was still burning long after you walked away. Your shadow stayed longer than the words you couldn't say. I heard the door closing, but the room didn't move, like the night was still waiting for something you never proved. And I kept listening for footsteps in the hall, but only the quiet answered. You left before the silence did, before the air could change, before the truth had time to say your name. You left before the silence did, before the night turned cold, before the empty space could take its hold. Now every word I whisper falls back where it once lived. You left before the silence did. Before the silence did. Your cup on the table, still holding yesterday like time forgot to follow when you walked away. The clock keeps repeating a moment we both knew, but the sound of forever never followed you. I tried to fill the quiet with memories that fade, but silence is louder. Before the echo learned how to sing your hymn, you left before the silence did, before my heart could see that love sometimes disappears so quietly. Now every room is breathing a ghost of what we lived. You left before the silence did. Before the silence did. Maybe silence knew what we tried to hide. Maybe it was waiting on the other side. Maybe you were gone long before that night, and I was just pretending love was still alive. You left before the silence did, before the final sound, before the empty air could pull me down. You left before the silence did, before goodbye was real, before the quiet learned how broken feels. Now every breath I'm taking returns the way it lived. You left. You left before the silence did. The light goes out, softly. I left the porch light burning like it always used to be. A quiet little promise in case you came to see. The night moved through the windows like it knew the way inside, and every hour passing kept asking me why. I told the dark to wait a while, like you were still on your way, but hope can only hold the door for so many days. So I kept the light for no one, every night the same. Let it shine through empty halls, calling out your name. And the glow across the doorway never reached your side, just a lonely little fire burning through the night. I kept the light for no one, still I couldn't see. The only one still waiting here was me. The dust began to settle on the words we never said. Your photograph was fading, but the feeling never left. try to hear your footsteps in the quiet of the floor, but echoes don't remember what they were before. And somewhere in the silence I finally understood love can stay behind even when it shouldn't. So I kept the light for no one. Every night it shined like a signal in the distance you would never find. And the glow across the doorway never changed a thing, just a fragile little spark clinging to a dream. I kept the light for no one, though I tried to believe someone still might walk back looking for me. Maybe love is just a light we forget to turn around. Maybe hearts keep shining long after they burn out. Maybe letting go means learning how to see that some doors stay open only in memories. So I kept the light for no one through the longest nights, watching shadows dance inside its fading light. And the glow across the doorway slowly disappeared, like the quiet understanding you were never here. I kept the light for no one till the morning came, and somewhere in the daylight I whispered your name. The light goes out softly. The chair is where you left it, turned halfway to the door, like it's still expecting your footsteps on the floor. The window holds the evening the way it used to do, but every bit of quiet feels different without you. I try to stay the same inside these walls we knew, but something in the silence stopped recognizing you. Now the room forgot how to hold me like it did before. Every corner feels a little colder than the floor, and the air that used to carry every breath we knew just drifts around the empty spaces left by you. So I'm standing in the middle of a place I used to be, but the room forgot how to hold me. Your shadow used to wander across the fading light. Now the walls are learning how to like it's trying to pretend that nothing here has changed since you left again. But every quiet moment whispers something true. A house can keep a memory, but it can't keep you. Now the room forgot how to hold me like it did before. Every hallway echoes something I ignore, and the air that once surrounded everything we knew just settles in the silence where I once had you. So I'm standing in the middle of the ghost of yesterday, and the room forgot how to make me stay. Maybe walls remember more than they can say. Maybe love just lingers long after it fades. Maybe every doorway learns to close with time, leaving hearts to wander outside the line. Now the room forgot how to hold me like it did back then. Every quiet corner feels too large again, and the air that used to warm me when you were near now carries only silence, year by year. So I'm standing in the middle where your heartbeat used to be, but the room forgot how to hold me. The room forgot how to hold me. You spoke in careful sentences, like every word might fall. I answered with the silence between the hallway walls. Your eyes were always searching for something I could say, but I kept every feeling folded far away. We sat across the distance, even when we were close. Two hearts learning slowly how little we both know. We were quite in different ways. You were waiting for a sign, I was hiding from the truth. Somewhere in my mind, you were hoping I would stay. I was drifting out of place. We were standing in the same room, but miles away. And love was slowly breaking without a word to say. We were quite in different ways. You left the window open, let the evening wander in, like the wind might carry answers for where we should have been. I heard your breathing soften, like something slipping through the moment when forever stopped belonging to us two. And every small goodbye was hidden in our tone. Two voices learning slowly how to be alone. We were quiet in different ways. You were holding on to time. I was letting all the pieces fall behind. You were hoping I would see what was fading in your face, but I only saw the distance growing in its place. And love was slowly leaving before we felt the change. We were quiet in different ways. Maybe love was speaking somewhere in the air, but neither one of us knew how to meet it there. Now the nights feel wider than they used to be, and every quiet moment brings you back to me. Maybe we were honest in the strangest way. Two hearts learning silence on the same day. We were quiet in different ways. You were calling out my name. I was listening to the echo of the same. You were waiting in the light. I was fading into gray. Two shadows standing still where love once stayed. And maybe if we'd spoken, things might not have changed. But we were quiet in different ways. Quiet in different ways. Morning light is falling through the quiet of the room. Dust moves in the window like it always used to do. Nothing here is broken, nothing here has changed, but every little detail whispers out your name. I thought time would carry you far beyond my mind, but memories are slower than the passing of time. Your memory doesn't fade, it settles like the evening on the ground, like a quiet kind of snowfall without a single sound. And every day it softens the edges of the pain, but every small reminder brings you back again. Your memory doesn't fade, it settles somewhere deep in me. The hallway holds the echo rise and fall. Nothing asks for answers, nothing tries to hide, but everything around me still keeps you inside. I thought love would disappear once the days were gone, but something stayed forever, quietly moving on. Your memory doesn't fade, it settles like the tide against the shore, like a melody returning through an open door. And every night it lingers somewhere in the air, like a gentle kind of presence, always waiting there. Your memory doesn't fade, it settles softly in my soul. Maybe love is something time can never move. Maybe it just changes into something new. Maybe every heartbeat learns to understand how to keep a person without holding their hand. Your memory doesn't fade, it settles like the light before it dies, like a quiet constellation hidden in the sky. And every day it settles a little more in place, not a wound to carry, just a gentle trace. Your memory doesn't fade, it settles somewhere I can see. Your memory settles. Your memory settles. The hallway breathes in shadows where your footsteps used to fall. The silence moves around me like it remembers it all. Your coat is still hanging on the back of the chair, like the shape of your absence is quietly there. I told myself you'd return through the same old door, but the night kept getting deeper than it was before. And I stayed where you became a ghost, in the quiet of this place, where your voice still lingers like it never left the space. Every wall keeps listening for the words we never spoke, and the air still carries the echo you broke. I stayed where you became a ghost. The mirror holds a moment from a life we used to know, but reflections don't remember where the living go. The clock keeps turning slowly, gets afraid to move past the fragile second when I still had you. Somewhere in the distance, I swear I hear your name, but the dark keeps answering, always just the same. And I stayed where you became a ghost, in the silence of the room, where the light bends softly into something like a wound. Every step I'm taking walks a path you broke, through the hollow shadow of the love we spoke. I stayed where you became a ghost. Maybe ghosts are memories that never learn to leave. Maybe love keeps haunting everything we see. Maybe every doorway knows when hearts are lost, when someone disappears without the final cost. And I stayed where you became a ghost, where the night won't end, where your fading presence feels just like a friend. Every breath I'm holding still belongs to you. In the quiet darkness where our love once grew, I stayed where you became a ghost. You became a ghost, and I never left. I tried to tell you, I really did. But somewhere between my heart and the air between us, the words fell. Your eyes were waiting quietly across the fading light, like something in the distance, holding on tonight. I held 1,000 sentences behind my silent breath, but courage moves too slowly when love is close to death. I felt the moment trembling right there in the room, but fear can turn a heartbeat into quiet too soon. And the words fell before they reached you, somewhere in the air, like a fragile little promise that never made it there. Every truth I carried slipped through what I said. Now the silence holds the meaning of the things inside my head. The words fell before they reached you. Your shadow touched the doorway before you turned to go, like the night was gently pulling what I couldn't show. I almost said your name out loud, I almost let it be, but hesitation builds a wall between what hearts can can see. And every second passing felt heavier than before, like love was standing quietly outside a closing door. And the words fell before they reached you, somewhere in the space, like a whisper losing balance before it found your face. Every thought was breaking under what I knew, that the truth was always meant to lead me back to you. But the words fell before they reached you. Maybe words are fragile when they're filled with fear. Maybe love grows heavier when the moment's near. Maybe all the silence was trying to be kind, but kindness sometimes leaves the truth behind. And the words fell before they reached you, somewhere in the night, like a fading constellation, losing all its light. Every love I carried never made it through. Now the quiet holds the echo of the truth I never gave you. The words fell before they reached you. I almost told you. Almost. Listen. Listen. The hallway holds the quiet, like it's waiting for a sound. Every step I'm taking feels softer on the ground. Your shadow used to wander through the corners of this place. Now the light just lingers on an unfamiliar space. I thought the night would carry you somewhere far away, but silence has a memory that never seems to fade. So I listen for you in empty spaces, in the air between the walls, in the quiet after midnight, when the smallest echo calls. Every breath was hoping something might come through, but the only sound returning was the ghost of you. I listened for you in empty spaces. The window holds the evening like a photograph in time, and every passing moment feels heavier than mine. The clock keeps moving forward, but the room remains the same, like it's learning how to whisper the shape of your name. And somewhere in the distance I almost hear you move, but echoes don't remember the love we used to prove. every quiet corner still belongs to you. But the sound of your returning never made it through. I listened for you in empty spaces. Maybe love is something that the walls can keep. Maybe hearts keep calling long after they sleep. Maybe every echo is a voice we knew, trying to find its way back to you. So I listen for you in empty spaces, through the longest nights, where the air keeps drifting through the fading light. Every sound was searching for the life we knew, but the only voice remaining was the echo of you. I listened for you in empty spaces. The morning came and quietly, through curtains left apart, like it was trying not to wake the pieces of my heart. Your name still moves in silence through every breath I take, like something in the distance refusing just to fade. I told myself that time would change the weight I carry through, but time just learned your memory and carried it too. 'Cause the feeling never learned to end, it only changed its shape, like a fire that keeps burning underneath the rain. And every day I try to move a little further on, but the echo of your love is never really gone. The feeling never learned to end. The streets still hold the evenings where we used to walk alone, and every quiet moment feels like coming home. But home is just a memory that lingers in the air, like a melody returning from somewhere far from here. I try to close the story where we left the page, but some hearts keep on writing long after love has changed. 'Cause the feeling never learned to end, it only learned to stay, like a shadow in the sunlight that never fades away. And every step I'm taking still circles back to you, like a river finding oceans it already knew. The feeling never learned to end. Maybe love is endless in ways we cannot see. Maybe it keeps living in every memory. Maybe letting go Something hearts pretend when the truth is simply this: the feeling never learned to end. 'Cause the feeling never learned to end. It rises like the tide every time I think I've reached the other side, and every piece of who I am still carries what we were, like a song that keeps returning in every single word. The feeling never learned to end. No matter where I go, no matter where I've been, the feeling never learned to end. It never learned to end. Hello. Hello. The window's open slightly, like it's waiting for the air. I left the words beside it in case you wandered there. The evening bends around me like an old recording plays. Every sound is softer, but it never fades away. I know the room is empty, I know you're far from here, but something in the silence still hopes you'll hear. So I still speak in your direction through the quiet of the night, like a signal drifting slowly through a fading light. And every word I'm whispering falls into the air like an old tape turning somewhere out there. I still speak in your direction. The hallway holds the echoes of footsteps we once knew, but memory plays its records in a slower point of view. Your laughter moves like static through the corners of my mind, a fragile little frequency time could never find. Maybe love is something that the distance can't erase. Maybe voices travel through invisible space. So I still speak in your direction, like a message in the dark. Every breath is carrying a small electric spark, and every word I'm sending drifts beyond the air like a worn out melody floating somewhere. I still speak in your direction. Maybe sound remembers what the heart once knew. Maybe every signal still belongs to you. Maybe somewhere far away, across the endless night, my voice is just arriving at you. your fading light. So I still speak in your direction, even though I know that silence answers louder everywhere I go, and every word I'm whispering turns into the air like a distant station. No one's really there. Still I keep on calling through the static in the wind. I still speak in your direction. Hello. Hello. I left your sweatshirt on the floor, right beside the unwashed plates. I don't recognize this room anymore, or the girl who stays up late. My head is spinning in circles, trying to find where we went wrong. I'm a million pieces on the ground, and I can't find the glue. Every time I try to turn around, I'm still looking for you. God, it's getting really messy now. I'm trying to clean the wreckage out, but the memories are stained in red, and I can't get out of bed. It's a disaster, it's a blur. I'm not the girl I used to be. Everything is just so messy. Checked my bank account this morning, spent too much on things I don't need. Just a temporary way of ignoring the way my heart starts to bleed. I should probably call my mother, but I don't want to hear the truth. God, it's getting really messy now. I'm trying to clean the wreckage out, but the memories are stained in red, and I can't get out of bed. It's a disaster, it's a blur. I'm not the girl I used to be. Everything is just so messy. It's just so messy. Maybe I'll just leave the lights off. Maybe I'll just let it stay this way. If I don't try to fix the damage, then I don't have to face the day. Yeah, it's getting really messy now. I'm drowning in the wreckage out. The memories are deep inside my head, and I'm hanging by a thread. It's a disaster, it's a blur, but maybe that's just life for me. Everything is just so messy.